So, you think being an influencer is all this? I'm gonna tell you that it is not all that, but that stuff is really cool and it's definitely a perk of a job. But before I dive into all of that, I just want to define what an influencer really is. And in my opinion, there are 3 different types of influencers. First, there are leaders. These are people who are posting truly valuable content to their target audience consistently. So there are people who are obviously going to be the top of the industry, these people who are super well known that everybody knows. For example, Ed Milet in the world of entrepreneurship, or Christian Guzman in the world of fitness. But then under that, there are going to be more micro influencers who really help the people within their particular niche. And what you'll find is actually the people who are at the very top, like Ed and Christian, they actually started with a niche at the beginning, but as their audience has grown, they've expanded and they've started to talk about more and more different things. So that is a very cool thing about going in on your niche at the beginning and then expanding as time goes on. So for example, I know for sure that within my niche, I am truly changing the lives of people because I'm constantly adding value, posting so much content that is going to help people rather than just doing a selfie here and there. And then the second type of influencer are more content creators. So they don't necessarily add specific value through long captions or through videos that are talking about things like this. It does help people in some way, shape or form. So the content creator could be doing like outfit inspiration, or it could be someone who's like streaming their gaming and they're monetizing off of that. So it's basically people who are pretty much posting content and they're putting a lot of time and effort into their content, and their content is amazing, but maybe they don't necessarily have like an online business attached to it, or they're monetizing through brand deals or through streaming or through their fans like paying them money. And then the third type of influencer is an interesting one, isn't it? There are some people who have a massive following who are seen as influencers. I have no idea why. They've just got an emoji on their caption and it's just all very strange. So for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to be talking about the third type of influencer because I think that this type of influencer just happens by chance. They haven't necessarily added value to their audience, unless that value is to a man who's got his pants down, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not judging anyone here, but I just want to continue with the first 2. So an influencer is all about being able to influence people to help them make a better decision, whether it's going to be through motivation, inspiration, education, entertainment, or through outfit inspo. If that would be inspo, wouldn't it? So yeah, I think that the word influencer has definitely been misconstrued as time has gone on. But there are people like Gary Vee, Ed Milet, Christian Guzman. These people are real influencers who are truly changing the world. And there's people who are influencers in their own special way through posting like outfit inspo, like I've mentioned already. So please just know that you probably aren't going to become famous just for the sake of being famous, like the third type of influencer that I mentioned already. And why would you want to? You want to make a real impact on people's lives, because when you've done that, you'll feel good about everything that you're doing and you'll get amazing feedback, and it's just so fulfilling deep down within. So there are 5 more things that I want to share with you that you need to think about before you really want to become an influencer, okay? So the first thing to know is that followers do not equal a business. For so long, I thought the people that had millions and millions of followers were absolutely killing it and earning so much money, until I started helping people build personal brand-based online businesses, and I found these people coming to me asking me how they could build a business. So here's the thing, you see them do brand deals, and yes, they probably get paid a lot of money for that one brand deal in particular, but brand deals aren't a consistent thing necessarily, and it means that they don't even have their own business. You don't just suddenly wake up the next day if you get 1 million followers overnight and have a business. You actually have to build the whole entire back end and do all the work in order to make it happen, to make money online and to sell things to people. In fact, the cool thing is you don't even need to have a huge following at all in order to have a really successful and profitable business. I have clients, right, who are students of my online courses at Impact School who have under 1,000 followers who are earning over 10 grand a month. How cool is that? And it's just because they found their niche, they went all in on it. And by the way, if you want to be an influencer, and even after you've watched this whole entire video, then that is awesome and that is so cool, because the next video that you're going to see from me is going to give you the steps, the 5 steps in order to literally do that. So make sure you've hit subscribe, because that video is going to be so valuable for you. So yeah, the business doesn't just suddenly happen on its own. You have to put the work in. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And just having a following doesn't mean you have a business, so please be clear on that. So then I want to move on to step number 2, is that having a big following doesn't necessarily mean that you're an influencer. If people are just following you to look at your butt, you're not necessarily influencing them to do anything other than, I don't even want to mention it on this channel, okay? So if you're posting consistent, valuable content to your niche audience, you are going to be an influencer to them, because you're going to help them in some way, shape or form, right? You're going to give them inspiration, education, entertainment or motivation. They're the 4 things that I deem as value. So think about it this way. How many of your followers would actually buy from you? How many of your followers would hit the thumbs up button on the video when you encourage them to? So if you hit the thumbs up button, that would be amazing. I would appreciate it so much. And if you just did that just then, I know that you are one of my loyal homies who wants to support me and wants to help me out, okay? And that's what you should be aiming for. You should be aiming to get people who will smash that thumbs up button for you, who will share your things without you even telling them to. They're the people who just go ahead and take action because they want to support you. That is very different than having a bunch of followers, because followers do not mean that you are an influencer. It's essentially the level of influence and impact that you have over people to truly change their lives. That's what makes somebody an influencer. So when you see these people on social media who have millions of followers getting so many likes, don't worry about it. If that's not you right now, you don't need that. Like I already said, to build a business and to make a real impact in people's lives, it's about adding value, and then the followers will just come naturally. So number 3 is that it's gonna take a lot of time to become an influencer. So I just wanted to get a bit of insight into this from a couple of the other influencers that you may recognize.
No one really understands how hard and exhausting it can be to be on all the time. Is that lame? I feel like that was kind of lame. Having the off button.
Yes, no, there's no off button.
There's no off button.
You never turn off.
You have to kind of like make it happen for yourself, or it's not gonna happen at all.
Even if you say you're turning off, you're thinking about the next video idea, or why you're not uploading, or feeling guilty about that, or editing, or tweeting, or Instagramming, or Snapchatting, because now your life is your job. I find that a lot of YouTubers don't even get to enjoy their success because they're so wrapped up in what they're creating next.
Most creators would rather give up a night of sleep to edit a video just so they can get it up the next day.
I just felt like my stuff is not good enough. Like I can't post like being at home. Like before I would just like look at my cute mug and by my computer desk. You know, now it's like people are doing more and more and more crazy stuff. You just feel like, you know, if I'm not gonna keep up, like I shouldn't even post this. Like my stuff isn't even worthy of post.
And then this brings me on to number 4, which is that there is a lot of pressure to post. When you have an audience and when you're genuinely helping people, people expect something from you. So I know for sure that one night I wasn't able to make a post because I was doing a speaking gig, and people were literally like, Lauren, are you okay? And I literally had DMs asking if I was okay because I hadn't made a post that night, because people are so used to seeing me post anywhere between 7 and 8 p.m. So that was crazy, and that just made me realize, whoa, this is insane. If I miss a day, people are gonna get upset or get mad. I used to do this thing on my Instagram stories every single day called #Tickner's tips, and it would basically be where I took a question from my audience and answered it on my Insta story and went into a lot of detail, but I just found that the pressure was getting too much. Felt that I was just attached to it, and like, do you ever have that thing that you have to do in your day job right now that you have to do every single day that you hate doing? You might have liked it at the beginning, but then it just becomes a chore. That was basically what this became. So know that there is a lot of pressure to post. We know this full well. I've got Danny behind the camera right now, and sometimes if a video needs to go up, it needs to go up. It has to happen because people are waiting for it, and I know that it's my duty to serve you. So it's a lot of pressure, but it's pressure that I kind of enjoy in a funny way because I know that I'm going to be serving people. Finally is 5. So it's that you have a lot of responsibility over people. You're influencing their lives. So if you say something that's a little bit out of line, or if you have a bit of a weird sense of humor or something and say something that some people don't necessarily get, then you might upset people. And obviously I truly believe that you should say your opinion, be authentic, vulnerable and all that, but you do have a responsibility over people. So let's say your niche is within the health and fitness industry and you're posting health and fitness information, you literally do have a responsibility over these people's lives. When I'm posting this type of content, I feel like I have a responsibility over your business, over your social media and all that. So this is why I'm like helping you be aware of the reality of it, because I think you'll find that oftentimes, like before people actually start posting social media content for themselves, they think that it's all la-di-da, all sunshine and rainbows, but there is a lot of responsibility, a lot of work goes into everything. So I hope this video has been helpful for you, and like I said, the next video that you're gonna see is all about the 5 first steps in order to becoming an influencer, building your personal brand. And I think it's gonna be really, really helpful for you. I've helped thousands of people now already build their personal brand and turn it into a profitable online business. So this is my area of expertise. And yeah, I just wanted to make you aware of the reality of some of this stuff. And that is everything. So thank you so much for watching. I'm losing my voice now. That's another thing, you know, you're gonna have to keep making content even when you don't feel like it. So make sure you've hit subscribe if you like this video. Prepare for the next one. Thank you. Goodbye. Mwah.